Madhouse Podcasting Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Behind the Mask Podcast. I am Scott, along with my boy Jeremy, and today's host is Jose Rodriguez. He is a future haunt talent to be. I met him about 3 years ago, so we're going to kind of dive into his thought process and why he wants to do this crazy thing, be a scary guy. So how's it going, Jose? How you doing?
It's going really good. It's going really, really good, dude. How about you guys? How are you doing?
Good. Doing really good.
Yeah,
So-
very busy, obviously.
Yeah, so I just want to I want to address the people watching right now. This is what we're talking about, how we're going to be different than other podcasts, and we want to talk to the ones that started it and the ones that are going to end it in the future. And that's Jose, man. He's going to be the next generation scary guy.
Yeah.
And,
How old are you now, Jose? 15, 16?
I'm none of those. I'm 14.
No.
Holy shit. You're still 4 years away from actually being able to go out and be a scary guy at
Yeah, dude.
the park.
And so
I look a lot older than I am.
Yeah.
Is what I've been told so far. Like when I went to go to like a clinic, they were asking me how old I was, and I was like, I'm 14, and they were like, no, you look 21, and I was like, I didn't get it at all. But like a lot of my friends coming back, seeing me in a completely different from how I used to look.
Yeah.
They all thought that I was older than I was. It was insanely awkward when they didn't recognize me at first.
Yeah, the pandemic hit him hard.
yeah.
So just to give you viewers a little bit of a backstory, I met Jose about 3 years ago when he was a little rugrat, short hair, scrappy kid, super excited on learning how to slide because he came out to our Queen Mary boot camp. So, super excited in the sense of, I just want to do it. I want to do it. So now we got him on our podcast here because we want to talk about what his thoughts are on the industry, on haunts in general, and why he wants to do what people have done for all these years. So let's just start from your beginning, Jose. I mean, when you came out to boot camp the first time, was that your first exposure to the actual haunted industry? Or I'm going to say no, because just meeting your dad too, both of you guys, it seemed like you guys had a lot of interest in the haunt world. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, my first real introducement to the haunt industry had to be when I was about not even in double digits yet, 7 or 8. I mean, I didn't go to there, but my dad, that was basically all he would talk about. Really? He'd be asking me every Halloween season, every time September rolled around, are you going to go with me this year? Are you going to go with me this year? And I'd always be way too scared. One time he said, oh no, I bought you a ticket. I sobbed. I told him I didn't want to go. He didn't actually buy me a ticket. He just said that to mess with me. But I freaking sobbed for a good probably 20 minutes thinking about how he was going to take me and how I thought it was completely different than it was. I thought they were allowed to touch me. I thought they were allowed to do whatever. And
a little ragdoll victim.
Yeah, exactly. And my mom's the complete opposite person than my dad is when it came to haunt stuff. She hated it too. She's basically the guest you didn't want there. She was the guest that would get mad at the monsters for scaring her,
Yeah.
Been there.
So, okay, 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
Super afraid you didn't want to go. About when and what caused the switch in your brain to say, I'm excited about this. I want to go. I want to get scared. I want to learn new things like sliding.
Oh, okay. So let's start off with how I first actually went and why I did it is because my dad, every year he would view the maze videos, the videos of the walkthroughs through the mazes, seeing what they're all about,
Yeah.
And the maze that made me want to go was Trick or Treat.
Wow.
At Knott's?
At Knott's, yes. So it's a scary farm was Trick or Treat because I saw it. It looked so cool. That was like the first year of the blackout year where they'd make you walk through with flashlights.
Oh yeah, that was a cool year.
Yeah. So I saw that video and I looked at my dad. I was like, Dad, this year I want to go. And he looked at me. He was all surprised. He was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I want to go this year. You know. And then,
how old were you at that time?
probably like 11, 12.
Okay.
Yeah, 11, 12 maybe.
Okay.
And so we went, and I'll never forget this. My first year, it was one of my dad's friends came with us. I don't remember her name. I'm pretty sure it was like Alice or something like that. She knows basically all of the clowns in Carnival.
Okay.
She knew all of them. And at that time, I was terrified of clowns. So she went up to one of the monsters that she knew, and she pointed at me, and I read her lips. She was like, that kid over there, he doesn't like clowns. And then he gathered like 3 other clowns with him. Actually, I remember the clown that she said it to.
Wait, let me see if I can guess. Yes. I'm gonna take 2 stabs at it.
Okay, so
Either Boogie,
it's gonna be pretty obvious, huh?
either Boogie or Boots. One of those 2.
No, it was none of them because I didn't know them at that time. It was you know the short clown with like the mask, the huge mask with the bowler hat and the dreads.
Oh, Meep.
Yes, Meep. Yes. Yeah.
That guy's legit, dude.
Yeah. No, I one day I didn't go this season, and he was wearing a championship belt, but my dad brought me the next day, and I made like a championship motion, and he pointed at his wrist, and then made a championship motion, and like pointed to his knee, his like knee pads, and it was like, I'm the sliding champion. It was amazing. So I did that like probably like a couple weeks ago or a week ago, I think.
Okay.
But so he gathered like 3 other clowns, and I was sitting with my dad. I don't know where I had no clue where she went. She had followed me. She had went and followed me and brought the other clowns towards me, and they all just sat there. One was breathing in my ear. I think Meep was in front of me, and the other one was like making noises in my ear. I've never felt more uncomfortable other than that day. And
oh my God, that's great.
oh my God, no, it was so amazing. And then I think it was also like the last year of Fiesta Village actually being a scare zone. So we went there, and there was these two scare actors, and they cornered me. You know that little corner by that big freaking game with the hammer?
Yes.
That little corner right there where you couldn't go anywhere. They cornered me there.
Right by the arcade.
Yes, right by the arcade, right? So they cornered me there. I don't know what, but they got distracted by something. I got on all 4s and I crawled under their legs. I ran away. I ran straight into the hollow, and I stayed at the entrance near Ghost Town.
Oh my God.
Wow. So basically, you got thrown to the wolves, literally, by your family.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, you guys need to go to town on this kid because he is deathly afraid of you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was one of my dad's friends. I think I saw her at the buffet, but I don't think she recognized me because I think she would have said something.
Well, dude, you don't even look like the same kid anymore.
Well, yeah, true. I do know.
I saw you at Awaken. Okay, this is the kid I told you about that when he first started boot camp, he was this little kid with short hair, and now he's like, what, you're pushing 6 feet now, right?
I am 6 foot.
He's 6 foot, and he's got a size 14 shoe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, look at his long ass hippie hair and his red glasses.
Dude, you're gonna be an extremely intimidating monster.
Oh
Yes.
my God, no! I play basketball. I don't play basketball like on a team, but whenever like PE rolls around, I always play basketball with my friends.
Yeah.
And the way I play defense, because they're all shorter than me, right? They're all shorter than me.
Yeah.
I bend down and I legitimately like go under their face and just look up at them, and they say it's the most intimidating thing ever.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
it's
really
because
funny.
yeah, dude, no, it's amazing, but yeah, no. So, and then we left after that. I didn't want to go back. In the car though, I was like, no, I want to go. He was like, so you want to go back tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I do. I want to go back tomorrow.
So you were addicted to being afraid.
Yeah, I was basically, and like, so I'm not afraid of clowns anymore. But the thing is, I am afraid of monkeys.
Okay,
Monkeys
you
are
realize
scary.
I'm the wrong person to be telling this stuff.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I shouldn't have admitted that. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they already know. The two monkeys in Carnival already know. It's
Okay.
not a huge thing now. But I'm not sure if you see my dad's story, but he's always like filming like the monkeys because they're always like, oh my god, this one, I don't know her like her character's name. I think it's either Vanilla or Coconut. It's one of those. But she has like the holster. She's basically a cowboy monkey,
Okay.
and she has 2 holsters, and they have bananas in each one.
She has banana guns.
Yeah, banana guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what she'll do is like she'll try to like draw me in. She'll take the banana out and she'll like put it like this, like she's trying to give me the banana. And then there's always this like other clown with her.
Mm-hmm.
Her mask is so cool because it's like a clown Snoopy. It is so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I think it's like amazing. And she's always like, take the banana.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I would just like go nowhere near the monkeys. I think that's the only other time I've ever ran at Scary Farm other than my first year is because I was being chased by the monkeys.
Okay. So here's a question. I mean, that was, you fast forwarded a little bit to current day, but
Yeah.
so your first time you came, you said you were 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then obviously your fear factor has gone down a little bit and now you're a little bit more adjusted. So about what time did something in your brain flip and say, hey, I actually want to do this when I get older?
My second year, I was probably like 13 at that point. I was 13 at that point.
That's where your fear factor drops.
Yeah.
When you
about that.
realize how much fun it looks and you want to scare the piss out of people, your fear diminishes for the most part.
Yeah. But I want to say it wasn't with Scary Farm. It wasn't with Scary Farm where I actually wanted to do this. It was actually at the Queen Mary.
Really? It was with our guys?
Yeah, it was with you guys because I still have my first ticket. I still have my first ticket from going to the Queen Mary.
Okay.
And it was a cider show. I saw this and I was like, oh my God, I want to do this, because these guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Because like these guys can like, they do like the best tricks, right? Like I sat there, I was front row for every seat. Like I'd get there 30 minutes early for every cider show. I'd watch everyone set it up and then I would have the best time. I'd have the best time watching the cider show. Oh God, my phone. Okay. All right.
Oh God, that was funny.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
So question for timeline's sake. Now, how did you find out about boot camp? How was that before you came to Dark Harbor and then you came to watch us afterwards?
No, I found out about Dark Harbor the day I went.
No, the boot camp.
No,
the boot camp. Oh no, the boot camp. I'm sorry, the boot camp.
Yeah.
That was probably the night after I went because I started like I saw like the code word that like QMDH. I think it was QMDH.
QMDH.
Yeah, I think I'm getting that right. I'm sorry. And I started like looking into that on Instagram. And, I found everyone's Instagram and I saw like all that stuff. And then I found the official like QM Sliders page.
Right.
And I saw that you guys were having a boot camp, and I went up to my dad. I was like, "Hey, Dad, there's this thing that I want to go to, and it's in over by Knott's." And he's like, "Okay, what is it?" And I show him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take you to this." So we got all this stuff. I got the knee pads, but I didn't have gloves.
And you didn't have steel toes.
I didn't have steel toe. I still don't have steel toes.
Those are the ones I gave you, but they don't fit, do they?
They don't fit anymore. No, they fit for like a good couple months, and then they were like, "Nah, I'm gonna start growing rapidly now."
Yeah.
So I didn't have gloves, and the orphan from Ghost Town, right?
Yes. Yeah.
She let me try out her gloves my first day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that's they were like these fingerless gloves, and they had the big metal plates, big metal plates on the hands.
Square plates, yeah.
Yeah, those. And so I went there. Of course, I wasn't as good. I would like fall. I would slide all over the place, not where I wanted to go.
Well, of course, because at that point in time, you were just learning. That's why you came to boot camp.
Yeah.
Nobody puts the pads on and is like amazing.
Immediately the best.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's different. It's a different.
Well,
it's a different thing. It's a different physicality. So it's
let me
something.
ask you this, right?
It really is something you have to learn.
Yeah.
Let's put this in perspective, Jose. So, your first time sliding at the end of that first practice, how sore were you, or how did you feel like that night and the day after?
felt fine that night. Like I went to bed fine. I was like, oh, I thought everyone was overreacting. No, next day I could barely walk. Like I
You
was
did 1,000 squats, right?
Yeah, I was so sore. Like legitimately, I couldn't. I was walking funny. Like my friends were looking at me like, what's happening? You know?
Now, Jose, imagine doing that for 8 hours, your very first time, with adrenaline at your first night, scaring people as a slider. Imagine that. Imagine how you would feel the next day.
Oh God, dude!
You only did it for a couple hours, and you weren't even scaring. So you didn't have adrenaline. You had excitement. That's different.
Yeah, yeah, that's yeah.
So imagine how you would feel after 8 hours. That was us.
Oh my God!
Back in the day.
Did you? I feel like did your knees feel like they were legitimately broken? Like that's what I was assuming it would be like.
It wasn't really the knees because the knees are protected. It was more the hamstrings, the the quads, all that.
Yeah. No, I feel like it would be just a terrible experience to feel that pain, but you'd want to go back like the straight away, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you guys love what you do. I can tell, like you guys love what you do. You're willing to basically sacrifice your body for your job, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
You would never do it for something that's not fun.
Yeah. Like, can you
Trust me,
imagine doing that? Like,
they don't pay you enough to do it.
We get paid peanuts to be sliders, you know?
Oh my God, dude, no.
It has to be the lowest paying, most fun job in the world.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't as fun as it was, I wouldn't be doing what I do.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I can imagine, dude. No.
You know?
Yeah.
So okay, you did boot camp with us, and that first year, I mean, you were there almost every single night.
Yeah, because
Thursday.
Yeah, I really liked doing it. Like I thought of it as something like I looked forward to do. Like I was more excited for Thursday than I was the weekend because I could go in, I could have like one of the funnest nights of my life and hang around with. I didn't make friends immediately, you know. I went up and talked to people eventually, but you know,
yeah, you were kind of an outcast a little bit at first. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah,
come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there was a little bit of intimidation, as well as there's a kind of an age gap too. So,
like this 13-year-old kid just suddenly stumbles in with like groups of like 20, 22-year-olds, 20, 27-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's a caveat to that. Like that the boot camp was always, the minimum age was 15. You were the exception.
Yeah.
For that,
and then I thought it was really cool because when you guys had like the second year of boot camp, I got a message from, I'm not sure who runs like the entire Queen Mary page.
That's me now.
It's you now. Okay, but I'm not sure who it was.
It was Shutters before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so then she messaged me on the Queen Mary's page saying, "Hey, I don't know how old you are, but I know you saw the post that said it's now a 15 and up requirement. I just want to let you know that you've shown us that you have the dedication to do this. You like to do it. So you're like the one exception to that rule."
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like we were talking about that and they were saying, 15. I said, but I said, we have somebody that I know is under 15 years old and he's going to be the exception. And before I could even say your name, we were on the same page. We're like, Jose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I think it got to the point where I didn't know that. Hold on, let me figure out how to phrase this right. I didn't know as many people knew me as I thought I did. You know? Yeah. Like I didn't know that I was pretty well known. You know, because I didn't really talk to everyone. I had like I've always been like this like kid that didn't really start conversations. Yeah. You know, so I felt bad when I like didn't talk to people. You know, but I don't know.
It is what it is, but the trick is that the people that had the discussion were the ones that were evaluating it. It was my job to make sure I knew who everybody was. Yeah. You know, because I'm, for lack of a better term, the director. You know, and I have to make sure things are getting done right. So it was my job to understand, okay, these are the people we can we can have exceptions for. You're the only kid that was under 15 and still under 15. Geez,
Yeah.
that's an exception to that rule. So that's great that you, but that was based off of your commitment and your love for what we were doing and what you were doing out there too.
Yeah.
You weren't out there just to screw around. You were out there to learn.
To learn. I wasn't like doing my own thing off to the side. I was learning with you guys because I didn't. Yeah. And a little bit more backstory on that is you actually got to come and play that one night when Heathen Legion came down from Central California. Yeah. After Midsummer, remember? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It was really hot that day too. I was still like, yeah. Yeah, no, that was really cool because I remember it being like so hot that day and my dad asking me, "Hey, it's really hot out here. Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was I'm telling you, I was dying, dude. I was like sitting there, I was like, nah. But I still wanted to do it, Yeah. I still wanted to keep going.
It was a rough day for the
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So so you've been through boot camp for a year now and then the pandemic hit. So,
mm-hmm.
I mean, this would have been theoretically your third year.
Mm-hmm.
Going into it, right?
Yeah.
So, about what time then you're like, okay, I actually want to be a character, and where, like in your mind, where would you like to go for your first year as talent?
Oh, well, I want to say it was my first year at boot camp, when I saw like the actual like workings of this on you, like training people and how cool it was, and like how it felt to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I started like growing more of a love for Queen Mary instead of like when I used to favor Scary Farm. So I wanted to go to Queen Mary first.
Okay.
I wanted it, theoretically, if I was old enough, if I was about like 18 when I started boot camp, I would have gone to the Queen Mary.
100% makes sense. I just wasn't sure because everybody's got different ideas. Because as you know, we don't segregate people because they don't want to work our event. We're there to train people to be the best they can be for whatever event they choose.
Yeah.
So is that still your thought process now? Like if Queen Mary ever comes back? Hey, Jeremy, you still there? His battery died. It looks like, or his mic is off too. So, but is that still something like, I mean, obviously Dark Harbor is not in effect right now, but is that still something where you kind of thought process like, hey, when it comes back, is that where you want to start out?
Oh yeah. If Queen Mary ever comes back and I'm old enough to work the event, 100%.
Yeah.
I would still go with Queen Mary because, that's where I really fell in love with sliding, that's where I really fell in love with, like, I actually want to do this. I want to know the people that do this,
Mm-hmm.
And
and you got kind of thrown into it.
Yeah. Like I got freaking suplexed into it.
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of we're just going to put him in there and he's going to go to town.
Yeah.
Go from there, Yeah. So, okay. Theoretically, you're 18 now. You're doing your character already. I don't know if you can visualize it at this point because you're still moving into that, but where do you see yourself going as far as being a character? Do you think you would do it for long term? Would you always stay at Dark Harbor if it's an effect, or would you try to move around to other events and try to get a feel for a bigger part of the industry instead of one event?
Well, I think I would do it long term, 100%. Like, I think I would 100% do it long term. Like, this is something I still do want to do,
Right.
And I think I would like try to move around. Like maybe after like 3 years at Dark Harbor,
mm-hmm.
I would probably move around to see if I can go to Scary Farm, or I don't think Horror Nights has sliders because if they don't,
they don't.
No.
Right, yeah.
If they ever did like have sliders, I would probably go to Horror Nights after like a year at Scary Farm, and then I'd eventually like make full circle and come back to Dark Harbor.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see yourself, like, I know you said long term, but where do you see yourself going? You think, okay, I'm going to be this character and then move into something else behind the scenes or something like that? Or would you want to start and end as, I know it's a big question because you haven't even started yet. And it's going to depend on your experiences. But do you see yourself possibly venturing off into something behind the scenes to where you're not talent, but you're doing something else with an event?
So if anything, I would probably, the only way I would move to, behind the scenes, if I was too old to do it, or if my body just completely gave out on me, I was like, no, I can't run around, I can't scare anymore. I would 100% like move into like maybe like, security maybe, or not like security, but like, I'm not sure if they are security, but like the people that walk around the scare zones at Knott's to see if everyone's okay.
Yeah, like what I do.
Yeah, like what you do, exactly.
It's basically you're a lead, you're a cast lead.
Yeah, then I would 100%. Yeah, then I would 100% move into that, but only if my body like completely gave out on me, or if I got too old.
I was gonna say, so basically, when you're old as dirt and can't do shit anymore.
Like Scott.
Yeah, essentially.
So you basically just want to be Scott.
Well,
I can still do stuff.
yeah, if you put it that way, essentially, then yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Scott can actually still do stuff. Shockingly enough.
Yeah. I'm not broken like a lot of these guys are.
Yeah.
So, but like, okay, you got, you're still in school, and what happens if you go to college? I mean, you're gonna try to work a haunt that's near a college you go to, something like that, or like a home haunt. Like right now, I mean, you could be working a home haunt. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, a home haunt, my this side of the family, my mom's side of the family, even my dad's side of the family isn't even really big into that. It's mainly just me and my dad. If there was like a home haunt like close to me that I could go work at, I would. But
where do you live?
Well, with my dad, I live in Moreno Valley.
Okay.
But when I'm with my mom's on like school vacations or weekends, I'm in Long Beach.
Okay, so you're close to Dark Harbor.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Moreno Valley has haunts.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought it was like more.
Shit, yeah.
You can look it up on damn, what's the website?
SoCal Haunt List.
There's SoCal Haunt List, something like that. Or
SoCal.
HauntedAttractions.com has a list of stuff, but you can also check out home haunts.
I don't remember that one. I know it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. Anyways, but
yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that then, because that's something
there's a lot of sources you can look into that show lists of home haunts, independent haunts, and professional haunts as well. But obviously, indie haunts and professional haunts may not hire you obviously because your age.
Yeah.
But home haunts, you have more opportunity.
Yeah, home haunts would be
people.
Home haunts are a really good start.
Yeah.
Because, and I think mazes in general is a really good start because it makes you appreciate, it teaches you how to,
be a character.
It teaches you, it really forces you into learning how to scare.
Yeah.
And it'll also teach you how to work in a small area.
Small area. Yeah.
Basically, what it does is it helps you push the creative process, so you can grow that aspect of your growth pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Sense of how to be a character. Like when you get to the spot you want, it's like, okay, I'm ready for this. I mean, growth is always going to happen. I always say this: growth is eternal.
Yeah.
You always do that, but for every level, you get to a point. It's like, okay, I'm ready to move on. You get to that spot and you grow from that spot and you keep going until you hit, the peak of where you want to go before you move to the next level.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to.
I'm surprised you haven't worked a home haunt anywhere. But
yeah, no, I just don't know if there's like any around me. Like I'll have to definitely look into those websites you gave me, like SoCal Haunt List or the Home Haunt thing.
Epic Home Haunts. Check them out.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Because I know the car wash near my house is having like a haunted car wash, but I don't think there's going to be anyone in it because it's such a small car wash.
Yeah,
it's nothing like the haunted car wash over in Oceanside or Orange County, I think.
Oh yeah, Orange. Yeah, the tunnel.
Yeah,
the tunnel.
Yeah, Tunnel Terror. Yeah, Tunnel Terror. It's nothing like that because that one's pretty big. This one's like this is the Tunnel of Terror. Hold on, this is Tunnel of Terror, and this is the car wash near me. It's really small. I don't think they'll have anyone in it.
There's
Are they going to have
um,
anybody on the footprint though, like working the car line?
Probably not that either. I don't know. I'll have to check it out soon.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a car wash here that's doing a haunted thing, but it's not monsters. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not having
All
monsters.
facades and stuff.
It's just
Yeah.
decoration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But yeah, look into it. And because right now is the time. A lot of people are probably hiring, or volunteering. A home haunt's not going to pay you.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is fine.
because like I will 100% look into that because I feel like, almost everyone is doing like a haunted car wash now. Like there's even the one by my house is doing it because I think like the growth of stuff like haunt has soared over the years.
Yeah.
Like it's gotten way bigger. Like I've seen Knott's is packed on Thursdays and Sundays, which is an extreme shell shock to me.
Well, that's
Because that used to.
because of because of COVID. That's just
Yeah,
that's
it's-
just people wanting to go. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years without it, and then
Yeah.
it suddenly comes back. Everyone
Mhm.
wants to go.
yeah.
And it's really irritating too when you have like friends at school who are like talking about like, oh, I got a new Monster Space. I'm like, dude, I don't think I want to hang around you anymore. You are
Yeah.
just a bad person. Like I
It's-
understand
it's-
that's your idea of having fun, but you do understand how like irritating that is for everyone else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not to mention it puts them in hot water.
That's
Exactly.
that's unfortunately a teenager thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
went-
teenager thing that I was excluded from.
I was when I was a monster. I went to Universal and we had with a group of people. We had a teenager, like one of my friends'
Mhm.
brothers, went with us, and he was just an a-hole to all the monsters. And
Really?
Yeah. And there was like 4 of us that were actual monsters, and we had to like put him in his place because they just don't get it.
They don't get it. Yeah.
They just think they're being cool and messing with
like,
them.
yeah, let me show off in front of my friends by being just a total horrible person,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
the thing is too is you were exposed to it in a different manner, Jose.
yeah, true.
In
Yeah.
the sense of how your dad brought you in, and then you got exposed to us.
Yeah.
So you saw the other side of it essentially before you got fully immersed into it.
Yeah, I got to
So-
see like the other side, like how monsters actually act when they're not scare action. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to see in a totally different like you said,
Yeah. And that I think that really shifted your perspective in the sense on how you act towards talent, because you understand, hey, they're doing a job, they're human beings
Yeah.
out there for your entertainment.
Yeah, they're here for us. They're not here for any other reason other than it's like you said, they're here because it's fun, but they're also here because they're doing it for us. It's a job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Still a
it's
job,
still a job. Yeah.
Yeah. Paycheck comes from the company you work for, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, I was kind of a little shit too for about a year when I first started going.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm kind of an ass. I'm
Yeah.
out here having a good time. They're entertaining me, and I'm doing stupid stuff to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Because like, do you mind if I tell the story of like my first ever interaction with a monster?
No, go ahead, dude.
So my first ever interaction, like me actually talking to them and not them like just like breathing in my ear, was with Thread. I'm not sure. Do you know who Thread is? The clown in Carnival?
I have to see a picture.
I'll send you one probably like later, just to show you, so you can see what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, my roommate's being a jackass. She's got a Mickey pumpkin bubble thing outside my office window.
Oh,
It's so weird. Anyway,
But-
sorry, go ahead.
so it was with Thread, and there's this little girl. I think it was Tinywise, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And so Tinywise had asked what Thread's name was, and I misheard it when she said Thread, so I thought it was bread.
Bread.
So I went bread, yes. So I had went up to her and I was like, "Hey, bread," and she was like, "What?" I was like, "Hi, bread," and she's like, "It's Thread." And so, but no, what was funny is because my dad told me later that she had texted him saying that it made her mad because she almost laughed.
Oh, so
I
she almost
made
broke
basically,
character.
yeah, she almost broke character because I called her bread. And
Oh my
so,
God.
you know, that was my first ever interaction of me talking with her. And I misheard a question she asked because Tiny was just kind of like walking around by herself.
Uh-huh.
So she was asking me, she was like, do you know that kid? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know her. I didn't know what she meant by it. I thought she meant, do you know of her?
Right.
You know, I didn't know her like actually. So I like 20 minutes later, I realized what she was asking me. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. You know,
That's
Because,
all
like,
good.
I thought she was asking me if I knew of her, like if I knew who she was, you know? And I was like, oh yeah, I know her. And so she's like, okay, good. I just didn't want her like running around by herself, you know? And it's still like a running joke where like, she'll call me Bread instead, you know? And like, she'll
Hey,
come up
Bread.
to me. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Like, hello, Bread.
Well,
I have
just
a
and
feeling
then,
I
like-
know which character that is, but I can't place her right now.
You know, I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture after, like her Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll send you like a,
You know what, too, before I forget, since you mentioned pictures, whatever pictures you have, like from Dark Harbor, you know, with the team or pictures of camp or something like that, send them to me, you know, through email.
Yeah.
It to me, and we'll have it loaded onto this before we post, you know, before it goes up.
yeah.
on
You,
podcast. Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, dude! I have this amazing picture of me with the entire like Queen Mary sliding team, and I'm sopping wet because Killis had just thrown water all over me.
Yeah. the
I'm
1
sopping
1 gallon
wet.
gas can.
Yeah, had just thrown water like no, he didn't do it like in the general direction. He came up to me and like poured it over my head and poured it like on my back, like under
Yeah.
my t-shirt. It was
Yeah.
amazing. You know, my mom got irritated, but I was just like, no, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
I had a great time. You know, like
Yeah.
that was like still one of my best memories. And of course, I look totally different in the picture until what I post now on Instagram.
Dude, Jeremy, wait till you see what he looked like in that picture.
Oh yeah, dude.
He
No,
looked
it's
like he was
amazing.
9 years old,
Oh
dude.
my God.
Little tiny kid. Like he seriously, that night, I remember this night. When he came up to me, his head was about chest high on me.
Oh,
And now
wow.
he
Yeah.
was over me.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Oh,
Which ain't
but-
saying much because I'm not tall.
yeah,
But you're 6 foot at 14,
yeah.
you know? So
But- Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was an amazing night. I still like remember that night so vividly because I remember having so much fun, you know.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
like,
you get to go out there and have fun with a team, and I gotta sit there and do
yeah,
make sure everybody's doing their job.
yeah, and like it was so amazing. You know, I'll never forget like that night. I'll never forget the night I first met like Thread and got my first interaction. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really know what quite made me like to the point where almost every clown in Carnival recognized me before I grew my hair on. It looked totally different now, but like almost every clown would like come up and mess with me. You know.
Right. There's one thing that hasn't changed about you, and you have a very distinct walk. It's still the same from when you were
Really?
a little kid. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. I did
Yeah.
not know that was a thing that I had that walk.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So that's probably how most of you recognized me.
Yeah. Well, me, I just knew.
Yeah, you just knew
Yeah.
because you had seen me at Midsummer and everywhere else before,
Yeah.
basically almost everywhere else before that. You know?
Yeah. And I always see your dad too. So it's like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you,
I'm like,
that's like,
where's your kid?
yeah, you know, that's always like a dead giveaway because my dad
Yeah.
has had the same haircut since he was like, I think he said 27. He's had the same haircut since he was 27, same goatee, same everything, same facial hair.
Yeah.
And so that's always a dead giveaway. Like if Thread sees my dad and I'm right next to him, you know, she'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
Like I remember like the first day of Scary Farm this year, I went up to her and she was like, are you who I think you are? And I was like, and I nodded my head, yeah. And she was like, she didn't quite figure it out. She didn't think I was serious. So she was like, where's your dad? And I pointed over to him and she was like, oh, you know,
It is you.
yeah, it is you.
Wait, were you wearing your bucket hat with your glasses?
No, I
See your
stopped.
face.
No, I can't find like half of those bucket hats anymore. I have no clue where they're at. I was wearing a mask and these glasses. That was about it.
Okay.
And these glasses, it's gotten so weird because I can't visualize myself with them off anymore because I wear them so much. I wear them everywhere. So if I see a picture of myself without them, I'm like, I look so weird. Like even if you go on my Instagram when I went to Bellator Bellator, like AJ McKee, like the AJ McKee match, and I took a picture with Henry Cejudo and Chris Cyborg. I think those pictures look so weird because I can see myself.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Glasses. What's going on?
So that's why these are on now, because if I feel like I'll look weird.
Okay,
You know?
take them off. Take them off. Take
All
them
right.
off. You don't look weird. You still look like that 12-year-old kid, dude.
Yeah.
To me, I look weird. You know.
Yeah.
To me, I look weird.
They definitely make you look older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And he's got that stash
The
going.
porn stash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the porn
My
stash.
uncle said the same thing. My uncle Hector said the same exact thing the last time I saw him. Not even joking.
Porn stash.
He's like, I like the porn stash, dude. I'm like, what? All right.
Put your hair in your ponytail, man. You'll look like a porn star.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I have a question. So I don't know if you guys discussed as I had to dip out. I don't know if you
saw that.
guys. I know, a freaking kid fell asleep downstairs. I had to carry him up because he's a monster.
Yeah, literally.
He is. Anyways, what did you guys discuss where you would like to work as like your first professional job?
We did.
You did?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay, so with what character would you like to play?
Oh, what do you mean by like? Would I want to be a clown or something like that?
Yeah, if you had to pick one character of something that's already established, whether it's something from Dark Harbor, you've seen the characters there.
Uh huh.
Which one character that's already established would you be like, oh, dude, I want to play that character?
Oh no, I don't really have one from Dark Harbor because all of their like costumes and like makeup are so unique. Like they're different colors, and different like spirals. Because I know that was like the main thing. Like there's different like spirals in the makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're all so new, so unique. But if I have to like pick like, let's say what I'm most familiar with, like a clown from Carnival, I would have to pick. Oh, so
This is a tough one, I know.
yeah, this is tough, dude.
So I take it Knott's is the place you would want to work at, right?
No, it was 100% Dark Harbor. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would honestly just, if anything, if I worked at Dark Harbor, I would probably let someone decide for me what I was going to be. You know, because I don't really have any ideas of what I would want to be at Dark Harbor.
Right.
But I have like 20 ideas onto what I would be if I worked in Carnival. You know,
Right.
like.
So
I
you
really
tend-
like-
you tend to lean towards a clown-based type of character.
Yeah, because that's what I feel like I would play the best, you know?
You know, it's
It's
weird
funny
is
how
that
that
a lot
works.
of people, yeah. I was just going to
Yeah.
it works because a lot of people that have a fear of something want to be that something,
Mhm.
and that's how
Yeah,
it's working for you.
That's
Clowns, and now you want to become a clown.
yeah, and that's also my next point. I would want to be a monkey. Not even joking. I would want to be a monkey. I would want to be the male version of the cowboy monkey. Not even joking. Because that's just such a cool character to me. You know, I get to carry around 2 bananas in a holster. Do you understand? That's actually cool to me. Like, I know it sounds weird, but that's actually really cool to me. Like, it's such a funny idea. I really like it.
Well,
You know?
psychologically, what it is that you want to inflict fear that you felt on others.
On someone else, yeah.
Now I know where this
Yeah.
kid's brain's going.
You know, because I do have like good monkey noises. I have a decent like laugh too. It's not really
Yeah.
because my mom thinks I'm faking my laugh. My laugh is my laugh. She thinks I'm over exaggerating it. I am not. That's just how I laugh.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I mean I feel bad sometimes because my laugh scares my sister because of how high pitched and like clown like it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
how many haunts have you been to this year?
this year.
I know
Ooh.
I've seen you at Scary Farm 3 times.
Yeah,
And it was
Well,
every
it's-
time I was there.
yeah. Well, I've been to Scary Farm more, but I did go to, like I said, the San Diego version of the SeaWorld.
Hollow Scream,
Hollow Scream, yeah. And I'm also going to LA Haunted Hayride, which I'm excited about because I'm going to see people from the Queen Mary.
And you'll see me there. So
Yeah, and I'll see you. Yeah.
What day are you going?
I think my dad's Saturday or Sunday. I'll have to figure it out. I'll tell you after because I know
Okay.
he has like a specific day because we got the free tickets from the presentation at,
Oh, gotcha.
at Midsummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I am going to the
Oh.
Tunnel of Terror.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been around a little bit. Do you have
Yeah.
plans of going to Horror Nights? Or did
Oh,
you
we
go?
already went.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, Horror Nights is iffy with me,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that, you know, some of the mazes are great.
Yeah.
Some of the mazes are amazing, and some of them are just like, I don't think that was worth the wait. You know,
Right.
like
There's a lot of mixed
feelings.
feelings on that, and that goes for any event, though. I mean,
Yeah,
mixed
true.
Feelings about Knott's. You know, people had mixed feelings about Dark Harbor. It's just one's preference.
The thing that
Yeah.
that really hurts Universal is the wait times.
Yeah,
That's
really it. Yeah,
really hurts them.
yeah, because if you go like my least favorite maze from this year was Haunting of Hill House. I hated it. You know,
Really?
Yeah.
I hated it. I knew exactly where the scares were gonna be without watching the show.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was, to me, it was so bad. You know, it was like a 2-hour wait time.
Wow.
Like picture this, okay? The last time we went, I watched the entire UFC main card in that line to Hill House.
Wow.
When I went in there, I hated it so much. Like, not in the good way. I
Yeah,
hated
yeah,
it not in the
yeah.
good way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because you pay so much to get into that place,
Yeah,
and you only get like you get the max 3 mazes in.
exactly. Yeah.
And,
I mean, we did every maze. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did every maze. But you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, my most favorite maze was probably. Let me think. Hold on. It's not even really a maze, but the Terror Tram. You know, that's always been like a big thing with me. I love the Terror Tram so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they took it away that one year, I was so sad.
You're like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, it's
But then-
it's fun.
yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, and then like the one scare zone for me is really weird too. You know, like I love the looks of the characters. You know, they're so cool. Like my favorite like monster at Universal has to be the giant Wendigo on stilts. You know, that's
I
so
saw
cool
that
to me.
guy.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
really cool.
He's so cool to me. You know,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of iffy, just like, you know, walking through that one scare zone and you don't, you know, feel anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, that could definitely be partly because of how you were introduced to it.
Yeah,
You know, you were introduced to a lot of the back end stuff before the front end stuff. If you think about it, like,
yeah,
okay, you had the front end stuff, like being as a guest, seeing everybody in character, you know, early on, but that was 1 year. And then the next year you already started getting introduced to the backside,
yeah,
the opposite side of it from the talent perspective and, you know, working with all of us.
yeah.
So that might,
Have been a huge play there. You know.
yeah. And the
Yeah.
same thing, like when you said you knew where the scares are coming from, that could be another thing too.
Yeah,
Kind of
true. Yeah.
subconsciously learned how people work.
Yeah, you start thinking like a monster. You start thinking like a talent. Yeah.
Yeah, without actually being one or close to the age of being one. Do you mind if I talk about like Howl of Scream for a
Yes,
second?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Yeah. We want. That's the thing. We want to hear
Okay.
your experience, some of
Yeah.
your experiences, because this ties into why you want to be talent in
Yeah.
the future.
Like, there's a lot of things that I liked about Howl of Scream, but there was a lot of like a majority of stuff that I didn't like. You know, like
Which is, yeah, it's going to be like
Yeah.
that for most people.
yeah. I mean, my favorite maze of the night was probably Deathwater Bayou. I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't get scared in it, but it was so cool, you know? Like the facades, everything about it was so cool. Like the placing of the monsters, how big the maze actually was, I thought was amazing. But it just like it couldn't scare me, you know?
Again, because
Yeah,
of what
well,
you were
yeah,
brought into
because
the
of what-
scenario. So
Yeah.
you know,
And so I liked the scare zones a lot. I really did. I liked the idea of them. The one thing I didn't like about one of the scare zones was La Llorona. I really liked the scare zone, right? It's such a cool idea. I felt like it could have been bigger.
it was.
I felt like it was really small. It was like in that little corner near the manta ray ride,
Okay.
and it was such a cool idea. You know, there was this girl like actually like playing the part of La Llorona, like walking around crying, talking in Spanish. You know, she was really freaky. Like it legitimately like made me like distance myself from her. because I didn't know what was gonna happen.
You're
it
like,
was amazing.
nope, not
No,
going
yeah,
there.
yeah,
You know
And
they
so-
had a La Llorona at Knott's too, right? When Fiesta Village was still there.
yeah. I do remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Wasn't that like a single monster though?
Well, yeah, La Llorona was
Yeah.
part of Fiesta Village.
It's Village, yeah, but it was like one monster, wasn't it?
No, it was
No?
a full village. That
Oh,
had
yeah, yeah.
other, You know, they
Oh,
had
yeah.
the Dia de los Muertos style
Yeah,
characters, and then La Llorona was another one, and they did a skit
yeah.
where she came out to take her victim.
Oh, I didn't see that then. No, I didn't see that then. No, but I know they had it, but I didn't see it. You know.
Yeah.
But
So
I thought it was really cool. I just felt like it could have been really. I feel like the sirens could have taken over where La Llorona is, and La Llorona could take over where the sirens is now.
right.
Because the sirens is a cool idea. I like that. But do I think it's better than La Llorona?
Is there three sirens there at San Diego?
There's like three main ones, yeah, that sit
three
in the
main
rocket.
sirens. Yeah, those
yeah,
are the ones that are like the powers that be over the talent type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have three of those too at Hallow Scream in Orlando.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I just feel like I liked the sirens a lot, but was it better than La Llorona? No. That was my favorite scare zone of the night. I feel like it could have been, if they make it way bigger, it would be way better, you know?
right.
Like this is legitimately a case of bigger is better in that case of that scare zone.
This sounds like something that somebody is going to transition out of being talent and start being on a creative side.
I feel like I could do that, you know?
Yeah,
I feel like I'd be pretty good at that.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
You kind of get your experience, and then you phase out and start being the creative type,
Yeah.
and building new areas and zones.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'd be pretty good at that.
Yeah,
Because I know what people like me want to see, and you know, like want to be scared by,
right,
and what I think is really cool, you know.
right.
Like I have a big thing about teeth too, so I avoided Tooth Fairy the last year it was there.
Yeah,
I completely avoided Tooth Fairy because I saw that, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And like my fear of monkeys is the big reason why I avoid Dark Ride 75% of the time.
Really? Why?
Because they have like this huge area that's just in the area. They have huge loud sounds of monkeys just going crazy. And then there's this one monkey, there's two monkeys actually. One's like hiding behind a dresser, right? And he peeks over and like screams in your ear. And then there's another one, or I'm not sure. I didn't see that one actually, so I kind of assumed it was on the dresser. And then there's this like one main monkey in the middle of the room that has like 3 spots where you can jump down to and scare people from. I hate that part so much. I've never run through a maze before so fast.
okay. Well, you still got that little bit of a I get scared factor, which is good because it's healthy for that.
Yeah.
You know,
And like,
so.
you know, another maze I like greatly miss is Infected. You know, I freaking love Infected so much. Like,
So it sounds like your inspiration is drawing from a lot of different areas, which is good.
yeah,
You know, and then you can focus it in to when you are talent to creating something of your own. You know, when the time allows, you know, when that time and that
Time
window
comes.
of time allows you to do that.
yeah, because like,
It's great.
because I like the idea of an interactive maze like that. Like you're running through, you actually feel like you're fighting off zombies. You know, it's
Yeah.
not something where you're like, hey, for me, I'm no longer at Scary Farm.
Yeah.
I am in.
It transports you to another world.
It transports me to a world where I actually have to fight off these zombies. You know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was I used to enjoy that too.
Yeah, in fact, it was cool.
I love
It's like even when I was Catholic there, because I would always go through all the mazes every night, and I'd just go over there and it's like, hey, John, get me in one of the lines. I want to go through real quick. So I'd go through,
Yeah.
you know, either with a gun or without, but I'd still just kind of walk through and check everybody out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then like what I think is really cool for me is one of the zombies I used to hang out with Kenzie Crow, but both of them don't recognize me anymore.
Mhm.
Or I'm guessing is now a clown in Carnival,
Really?
which I think is the coolest thing ever. You know, from killing her like 12 times over in my 12 visits to Infected a night, to now
Yeah.
seeing her in a scare zone where she does insanely well.
Yeah.
You know, it's so cool for me. And
I've noticed a lot of Dark Harbor people over there, right?
yeah, no, I saw a lot of them. Yeah. Well, the ones the ones. Yeah, no, I also saw that too.
Yeah.
What, Creep and Mooch, right? And a couple
3
more
are coming. Creep,
3
Mooch,
more.
and Rampage.
Oh yeah, I also saw yeah, because I kind of got the clue when Rampage changed his name to BS Rampage. So I was like, oh, that's freaking cool, you know.
So, sorry, we got off tangent on that. This is about you, but you know, I mean, we're actually almost out of time too.
Oh, okay.
Around about an hour or so.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left?
But that's okay. We're actually a little bit over, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, my phone's almost at my phone just hit 10%.
Okay,
So
well, that's good.
well, I can always. I'm ready to end it when you guys are. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm whenever.
Well, we can.
I mean, we're at that good window now because we got a lot of insight on what your thought process is, and that's what we wanted, you know, because you're the future.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And you also
I mean,
can also inspire other, you know, people, kids your age. You know,
Yeah.
anybody that
To
is
not be that bad person. You know.
Well,
yeah,
also-
and to want to be a talent.
to want to be talent, and no, not the bad. You're not going to be able to stop that. But
Oh yeah.
it's
sure.
more in the sense of like, you know, the kids that are inspired to be monsters but don't know how to go about doing it. You know, they can just follow in your footsteps. And, you know, I mean, now with Instagram and stuff, it's, you know,
It's 10 times easier. Yeah.
it's super easy.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
Yeah.
you going up to people and talking to them and asking,
Yeah.
you know, questions. But, you know, for the ones that don't have Instagram, you know, and don't know how to take that first step, you know, listening to your story
Yeah.
is inspiration, and that's all we want to do is we want to inspire and encourage people and teach people and you know, tell stories. That's the whole purpose of this podcast.
If we're still going with this podcast by the time you're old enough, you know, don't be surprised if I hit you up again to come back on to talk about your first experience.
Oh yeah, no, dude.
Yeah,
If that happens, I will 100% welcome it. I would love to be on this podcast again.
Like, I'm hoping that I'm still doing what I do in the industry because I would love to see you in action in real life.
Yeah.
You know, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple downsides now. I mean, I'm not as fast, but I'm still pretty like explosive, I think. You know,
Right.
I'm not as fast.
You don't have to be fast. You can work with the tools you have.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
But for the audience, is there anything else like you want to put out there? You know, advice. I know that'd be weird advice because you're still new. But anybody that is thinking
Is trying to get in.
that's trying to get like, is there anything you could say that might help them out?
Oh yeah. If you are currently trying to get into this and want to know more people, I would say just like start following like the people that you see from like scare zones you like on Instagram. Like if you get a pop-up on Instagram, because I know they suggest people for you to follow, start following those people on Instagram. Or even if you're trying to get into boot camp and you're watching this currently, go follow the Queen Mary, the QM Sliders Instagram. They have updates there. They'll post an update the next time boot camp is up and running, you know?
Yeah.
It's way easier than you think it will be. You know, it's way easier to get into here than you think it will be.
Yeah, you can always, and you can, anybody that's watching this that's, you know, interested in what Jose's, you know, his thought process is, you can always message any of us. Jose, I'm sure you would be welcome, you know, would welcome people messaging you. Jeremy and I, we're always open to that on our Instagram handles.
And if you're running a home hunt in Moreno Valley, hire this guy.
Yeah.
I would love to work for you guys.
Bring him on, make him sign a waiver, make his dad sign a waiver and put him to work.
Yeah, dude.
So,
oh wow.
But I think we covered
basically
at least
everything
to this point for your early journey.
Yeah,
Because I know you have a lot, you know, you have
left to go.
Yeah, you have a lot left to go, and it'll be cool to see that unfold in the
Called a
future.
pre-journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're conditioning for the beginning of your journey.
Yeah.
So, but on that note, let's go ahead and end that here. Jose, it was awesome to have you on. I'm glad that you decided that you wanted to do it, even though like, what, me? You know, I'm glad you decided to.
Yeah, no, I was really confused because I didn't think that I would ever be on something like this, you know, before I would work here, work, you know. but it was really amazing talking to you both. You know,
Yeah.
like it was amazing to be here. I like cleared everything. I told my mom beforehand, hey, I'm doing this, please. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it was really
Yeah.
nice meeting you, and I hope to meet you in person at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. It was really nice
See
meeting you
Jose.
too.
Always good.
It was good to see you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you have any questions, you can hit either one of us up. Obviously, he's closer to you, so I'm way up north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, if you just have any
So-
questions, general questions, you can hit me up.
Yeah.
So-
You know, it was really nice talking to you guys. Thank you for having me on here.
absolutely.
All right, guys. So we're gonna end the episode here, and thanks again, Jose, for being on here, and everybody else. Thanks for watching, and subscribe and share. We
Don't
will-
forget to hit that like button.
Yeah.
Follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Give these dudes as much recognition as you can.
Thanks, dude.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, bye.
Adios.